Well, that was a very, very tough day to be handled the way they handled us. I mean, they defended us so well, forced 22 turnovers, which turned into 24 points. We only shot 38% from the field. They scored into paint all day long, 44 points. And I was, telling on the radio just now with Coach Williams and Neil that, I think they're the best team in this league, and they've got to be one of the best teams in the country. And I'd be surprised if they're not in an Elite Eight, Final Four team. Having studied them on film and seen they're older, they're big, they're strong, they have an unorthodox way they defend, but forcing everything sideline, everything baseline. They're very physical. They're very skilled inside. When you look at Williams and O'Banner, they're really good players, and we didn't handle their defensive pressure at all today, and that was really frustrating. We had 22 turnovers, and you just can't turn it over against good teams. The one thing I told our team afterwards is we had the toughest schedule of anybody in the country this week at Kentucky, at Texas Tech. And, Tech is just a monster in terms of how big and physical and strong they are, and the fact that they just keep bringing them in off the bench. They don't lose a step when they're substituting. Questions?
Coach Iverson talked about the different defensive looks they gave y'all. Was any of that surprising or what y'all had already practiced for?
Yeah, but it's hard to simulate their size and their strength and their physicality. They were so much bigger than us at every guard position. They're 6'6", 6'6", 6'6" across, and they're bringing in 6'6". They're very physical, very strong, and their inside guys are, excellent passers. When you looked at, their team today, they had 20 assists of their 29 baskets were assisted. Excellent interior passers.
Go ahead for a couple.
Hey Ben, obviously everyone knows how good Texas Tech's defense is, but they were able to shoot
61%.
Right. What were they doing on the offensive end to kind of make it tough for you guys?
Well, number one, when you have 24 of those points today on turnovers that turn into easy baskets, that's 12 baskets right there, or, maybe 10 and 2 threes. I'm not, but those baskets right there are a very high percentage. They hurt us, some just scoring around the basket with the interior play. I mean, they're two big guys I think are really special. They had 13 and 10. You saw Williams had 33 at Kansas the other day, and the game they should have won, where they were up 5 with a minute to go in one of the overtimes. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I was just really impressed with their team going into today's game, and even more impressed after seeing them. And, they did a great job attacking the rim. They did an outstanding job in the first half with Arms having 15 points. He was the one guy that really hurt us in the first half. Everything else was, I think the most anybody else had was 4. So he was the one guy that really went off on us, and we did not do a good job with him.
They entered the game up towards the top of the nation in terms of turnover percentage. How much do you think just their unorthodox defense that you and Iverson alluded to kind of plays the part into the 22 turnovers you guys had?
Yeah, it's hard because they're really on one side of the floor, and for our players, playing on the road in a boisterous, loud crowd, it's hard for them to see the skip passes on the weak side, which is one of the things you have to do because it's like a zone. Everybody's loaded up. Whatever side of the floor it's on, the whole team on defense is on that side of the floor. And they doubled the post. I mean, we had a good post feed early in the game, and we threw it out of bounds on the other side. It was the right look. We just didn't execute it. And I thought that their doubling of the post was an issue because we didn't get very many. We only scored 16 points in the paint today.
Andy, go ahead for a couple.
Hey Ben, you said on the radio show that I think you used the word humiliating and that you wouldn't even watch the tape from this game.
No, I'm not going to watch it with the team.
Okay.
Of course, I'm going to watch it.
Why wouldn't you watch it with the team though?
Because we got to move on to Tuesday. Yeah, it's tomorrow, and we're back. And instead of having a day off, we have to walk through their stuff, practice on Monday, and we watched the Kentucky game. I mean, this is one when you get beat that bad, Andy, you flush it and you move on. We're not dwelling on this at all. Everybody on our team, felt horrible about how we played today, and I'm not going to belabor the point by making them watch edits. We got to get right to the next game. We've lost 2 in a row to 2 of the best programs in the country, best teams in the country this year, and we've got to come and get a win on Tuesday against a very tough, feisty South Carolina team.
When you look at just that schedule, I mean, I know you mentioned the schedule. This week has been especially tough, but are these kind of games the ones that you almost want your team to go through? Because these are the top of the line teams. They must prepare you more for Tuesday.
Yeah, it's frustrating that we came back and played so well against Kentucky and fell short. Today, there was no doubt, and I'm sure they were motivated by the fact that we took Kentucky to overtime because they played really, really hard and really well, and it was a tough day all the way around. But of course, I'll be watching this game on the way home, and it's not a but like I told the team after, South Carolina's going to play just as hard as they do when we play on Tuesday. I mean, that's how they play in terms of effort.
There's a little bit of a silver lining, I guess, the way Rocket Watts played. I mean, two straight games where he's kind of been a bright spot.
Yeah, he made some baskets today, and he got a little tired, a little winded out there. We just need him to be better defensively. He had some defensive lapses. So, you got to see the other side of the ball, too, to be able to give a really good evaluation.
Was that kind of a surprise overall, kind of the defensive lap? I know they had some, back cuts that guys just lost their man. I mean, that hasn't been a theme, I guess, for this team.
I mean, we got beat out of the corner twice for easy layups, and it's something we discussed, something we talked about, something that they do. It's part of their scheme, so it's very frustrating when that happens after it's been, drilled over and over.
Iverson, obviously a tough loss. Just take us through what happened there late in the first half where their defense kind of overwhelmed y'all.
I feel like we did a bad job executing. They got an orthodox defense, and I just felt like we just didn't execute what we did in practice.
Andy, go ahead.
Hey, Iverson, it seemed like they really kind of keyed in on taking you out of the game a little bit. I saw a triangle and 2 even for a little bit there. I mean, what kind of challenges did they pose in kind of focusing on you especially?
It was just like I told you, I'm Orthodox. I never, I haven't seen that type of defense here in college. So just giving props for what they did today on defense, and it was just it was hard, but we're just gonna bounce back and we're gonna get it together.
When's the last time you saw that defense?
Probably high school or high school AAU.
Steph, go ahead for a couple.
Iverson, they're among the best teams in the nation in terms of creating turnovers. You guys had a season high, I think it was 22. How much of that do you think was maybe your own fault, or how much of that would you say is that defense that they presented?
It was just weird. We couldn't execute. It was just tough. The defense they played, it was a little unorthodox. It was just they did different options. They went triangle and 2. They went triangle and 1. They trapped after half court, and it was just the point. They changed the defensive end. Defensive possessions, and I feel like that's kind of bothersome sometimes.
On the other end, they shot 62% from the field. What do you think they were doing offensively that maybe created some difficulties for you guys on that end?
Moving the ball, executing their plays, and cutting hard. They kind of tore us apart on defense, and you just got to bounce back from this.
Andy, wrap this up.
It was kind of surprising on that defensive end for you guys. I mean, you've been pretty strong at this year to have such difficulties against this team.
Say it again.
Was it kind of surprising, just I guess the defensive effort today when you guys have been pretty strong in that?
It was. We've been doing a pretty good job lately on the defensive end, and it's just one of the days that the other team runs their things as well as anybody on the nation. So just giving props for that.
How do you guys rebound from this?
We just we just gotta stay positive. We gotta stay positive, and we just gotta be persistent. You know, it's not the end of the season. We still got a long ways to go.